Alright, so hello everyone. We're gonna start with chapter 2 banking. So, before I start with the chapter banking, let's just quickly talk about the types of accounts that we know. We know savings account, we know RD account, we know fixed deposit account, and current account. Now, current account is basically used for large transactions for business people. Savings account, as we know, we simply go and deposit some amount whenever we want without any fixed date or amount, correct? Then there is FD account, which gives us the maximum interest. And finally, there is RD account, which we are going to focus a bit on, something called as RD account. RD stands for recurring deposit account. Let's delve into it. So, recurring deposit account basically tells you that you have to fix two things. First, you got to fix the principal, in simple words, the amount which you will deposit every month. That is to be fixed. For example, it could be anything like 2000, say. So 2000 is a fixed principal that you will deposit every month. That is to be fixed. Second thing that needs to be fixed in RD account is the period for which you will deposit the amount. That means, for example, if I fix it to 2 years. So that means every month 2000 is to be deposited for upcoming 2 years, 24 months. I can't change this, I can't change this. Okay. Now, obviously, when this period ends, what will happen in RD is you will get something called as, in your hand, maturity value. What will I get? Maturity value, right? Now, what is maturity value is obviously whatever principal you deposited, you will get that back. So, it means just 2000 rupees? Obviously not. That principal into the number of months I deposited that is 2000. That means 2000 into number of months. Correct? This much I'll get back. Is it that much total amount that I'll get back? Obviously not. Plus I will get some interest. So this principal that I deposit plus interest is called as maturity value. Correct? Now, let's see how do you calculate this interest. You'll obviously say, sir, we know the formula for interest is actually P into N into R upon 100. Nope, not this one. We'll use here interest equals to P into R upon 100 as it is, P as it is, into N but into N plus 1 upon 12 into 2 or 2 into 12. This is what we'll use as interest here. Now, before I answer this, why exactly there is this change, let me tell you, you people need to try this and I'll tell you in the upcoming lecture. Now, this means my maturity value, okay, I'll write it here. This means my maturity value formula basically comes to be this P into N plus I, where I is P into R upon 100 as it is, into N into N plus 1 upon, okay, give me a second please. N into N plus 1 upon 2 into 12. Alright, here it is. very important formula. I would like everyone to revise this. We are on chapter this type of account. Two things to be fixed. At the end we get maturity value, which is this plus interest. Interest, not this formula, but this. Therefore, maturity value formula comes to be this. Alright? I'll give you half a minute to write this down. Important formula. Okay, expecting that you're done with it, let's just once learn the formula once again. Maturity value is given by P into N into one bracket plus other bracket ICA formula, which is P into R upon 100 as it is into N plus 1 upon 2 into 12. Time to proceed. After getting this much, let's see what exactly will the chapter or the exercise ask you. Basically, it is going to talk about 4 types of problems. Simple, don't worry. Obviously, the chapter is quite easy to score. Now, first thing, the first type of question could be asked, simple question, find the maturity value. Direct straight away question, find the maturity value. I'll use this formula, put the values, get the answer. Second type of question could be, they would ask you, find a rate of interest. Few other things would be given. They'll ask you rate of interest. Third, they could ask you the monthly installment, or in other words, the principal. And the last and fourth type, which is uncommon, but they might ask you, comparison of 2 RDs. Okay, 4 type of questions. Let's jump into the first type. Now, I'll say the question. You gotta be attentive. Question says, Mr. K, not me, but generally somebody, Mr. K, deposits rupees 200 per month for 36 months. So if he says 200 per month, what is this 200 per month? Obviously, principal, perfect. 200 per month for 36 months. What is this 36 months? The number of months, which means N equals to 36. Perfect. Further, in RD account, obviously, if the bank pays interest at rate of 12% per annum, that means my R value is given as 11% per annum. Then he says, find the amount she gets on maturity. Amount he gets on maturity. So, he's asking me nothing else but maturity value. Am I clear with that? Everybody? So, the question is ready. Let's talk about the answer. So, if I need maturity value, I know the formula. Right? Let's write it once again. We need to learn it. Maturity value equals to P into N plus P into R upon 100 into N plus 1 upon 2 into 12. Let's start putting the values. Begin, which is equal to P is 200 into N is 36. Further, I'll add this with P. Just a second. I'll put the value of P, which is 200 into R is 11 upon 100 into N is 36 into N plus 1 is 37 upon 2 into 12. When I solve this, observe this equation carefully, everybody. this equation and tell me, what do you find as unknown? Can I say there is only one unknown, which is maturity value? So obviously when I solve this, I'll get the answer of maturity value. Can I say that's what my question is asking? Yes, and we're done. So what did we cover? The first type. Can I say it was pretty easy? Let's talk about type 2, where he'll ask you the rate of interest. I'll read the question. Question says Mr. A has a RD account in a bank. He deposits rupees 2500 per month. So in other words, he's telling you principal is 2500 per month for 2 years. Okay, n equals to 2 years. Will I write 2? N equals 2? Pakka? Proceed? Obviously not. That's because this 2 years is in years, where n stands for number of months, not number of years. So that becomes 2 into 12. Got it? Alright. Just nothing else but 24. Going ahead. If he gets rupees 66,250 at the time of maturity, which means my maturity value is clear to me. It is 66,250. Going ahead. Find the rate of interest and interest paid by the bank. In other words, he is asking you interest and rate of interest. So these two things. Can I say it's going to be simple? Everybody? Let's see. So if I need to find this I, and I know the value of maturity, can I say I'll start or begin with the formula of maturity value equals to, again the same formula. Come on, quick everyone. One bracket, P into N, perfect, plus next bracket, P into, do I write N? No, better, I write R upon 100 into N plus 1 upon 2 into 12. Let's see the values and put it. Maturity value 66,250 equals to P, I'll put 2500 into N, it is 24 plus this. Again, come on, P is 2500 into R is unknown upon 100 into N, it is 24 into 25 upon 2 into 12. Now, can you please tell me, what do you find as unknown in this entire equation? Can I say everything is known except R? Do you agree with that? Nice. So once I solve this equation, what will I get? I'll get the value of R. Once I got R, can I substitute it only here? And what I get after that is nothing else but the second part of my question, interest. Understandable? 100%? What did we finish? Type 2.